friends, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I just wanted to bring trust to the table. So this one word, trust, what does it look like in your life? Do you trust the Lord, or do you trust in your ways? Do you have the proclivity to relinquish control, or do you want to garner control? So trust. Here's my story about trust. It came shortly after I received the revelation from God regarding putting down my net. And it happened, the whole net situation happened on January 17th, 2019. And that Monday, because that revelation came to me on a Thursday. So count forward to that Monday. So now that I've put down this net that God told me to place down, what next? What next, Lord? I'm closing this business that I've had in operation for 8 years, something that I've grown to love, the industry I love, the people that I work with. But now that you told me to put down that net, what do I do now? So my heart was really seeking after the Lord as far as the what next. I needed instructions, and if you're anything like me, you want them to be clear and concise. So now that I'm searching for the what next, it's Monday morning. I am substitute teaching. It was a second grade class. Half the class was out, including the teacher, because of the flu. So we got through everything on her to-do list really fast. So there was an absorbent amount of time left. Even after I had the students just practice for their quiz and tests that was going to happen that week, I still had a lot of time left. So I reached out to the assistant principal and I asked her blessings for us to go to the playground. Going over to the playground now with all 7 students, they were playing and I'm watching them intently. And I was like, okay, I'm still thinking about God, what next? What's the next step that you want me to take? So I pull up my phone and I search for Joyce Myers and I put on her podcast and I put it next to me on that bench as I'm watching the students. And just to go back a little, I want to take you really quick, press pause. Let's go back to September of 2018. I started substitute teaching because I wanted to generate a second stream of income to finance or to fund, not even finance, I wanted to fund a rebrand that I was going to have the company undergo. So as I'm there substitute teaching, I started to feel like my heart started to move in the direction of, or the capacity of becoming an educator, but I quickly extinguished those thoughts because of the fact that I'm almost 38, technically I'm almost 40 at that point, and in order to become an educator, you need a degree. And I dropped out of college to pursue money and to pursue this lifestyle that looked so lavish when I was in Florida, South Florida. So now let's fast forward back to that Monday. So now I'm on the park bench while the students are playing, and I'm listening to Joyce Myers, and I'm really trusting God, but I also want to know, God, what next? I trust you enough to put down this net. And Joyce Meyer, before she began her message, her exact words or something close to it, she says, when God puts something in your heart, trust him to see you through. Even if you're almost 40 years old and you're never got that degree, you want to go back and get that degree, trust him because he will make a way. That was my expression. So I picked up the phone, guys, and I pulled back. I slid back the message to the beginning, and it was the same message because I didn't want to believe that I was hearing this from my own self. I was hearing her voice. So from that moment, I started to trust God even more than I ever did before. I trusted God. In 2019, I went back to obtain that degree that I never got, and I was almost 40 years old. That's hard because now I have a family. Now I have no career, and now I am changing the tides. The tides of my life have started to shift in a totally different direction, but I trusted God so much to help me with that shift, to help me with that transition. So are you ready, and are you willing to trust God with your next move? Be blessed. See you next week.